All right. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I'm super excited to have all of you here. Excited to make this happen today. See if I can hide this. Hide this thing. All right. All right, so today we're going to be talking about SMART goals, right? So we got, a new month coming up, and what I'd like us to do is take a moment to utilize this technique today together to determine what goals we can establish, what goals we can set up for the next month, right? So the SMART goal technique has been used by tons of successful individuals. I use it myself. I've used it with many clients in the past, and it's a great tool to establish a goal that can actually be achieved. I think in so many instances, especially in fitness, in business, in life, we set these huge goals for ourselves, right? But we don't actually know how we're going to get there, right? And if they're not specific enough, we're unable to actually see results, and it becomes discouraging, it becomes frustrating, and many times we quit, right? So when it comes to a SMART goal, they're specific, they're measurable, they're attainable, they're relevant, and they're time bound, right? So these goals are established using a specific set of criteria that ensures your objectives are attainable within a certain time frame. So writing out this SMART goal, it entails working through each of these 5 components to build a measurable goal that encompasses exactly what needs to be accomplished and when, how you'll do it, and that way you know when you're successful. All right, so it eliminates generalities and guesswork. It sets a clear timeline and makes it that much easier to track progress and identify missed milestones. So the S stands for specific, right? So when it comes to being specific, right, we really want to know exactly what the goal you're trying to accomplish is, right? You want to know what the objective needs to be accomplished, who is responsible for it, and what steps you will take to achieve it, right? So we're talking about health and fitness, right? I hear this a lot of times. I ask people, what is your goal? And the goal is, a lot of times it is, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight and I want to lose 10 pounds are 2 completely different things. When you know exactly how much weight you want to lose, then you kind of have a goal you can move towards. Then we got measurable, right? So in order for it to be measurable, it has to have a starting place, right? And it has to have a number as your ending place, right? So quantifying your goal, right? Making sure that it's measurable makes it that much easier to track progress and know when you've reached the finish line. So measurable, right? I weigh 180 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to get to 170 pounds. That's measurable. That is a way we can use a scale to measure our weight, determine what the weight is, right? And from there, we're able to decide if we've been successful. Attainable, right? So your goal should be realistic, not on high pedestals from which you might fall, right? So this means you want to make sure it's within your reach, okay? Saying, I want to lose 100 pounds by next Tuesday is not attainable. You can't even do that in an unhealthy manner, nonetheless a healthy manner, right? So you want to make sure that you give yourself a serious reality check, right? Is your goal outlined attainable, right? It's important to you really consider any limitations that might impede your goal. If you know that you cannot dedicate every Sunday, 3 hours on a Sunday to meal prepping perfectly, right? If you know that you won't be able to do a 45-minute workout every single day, right? If you know that your life is so busy, just squeezing in a 10, 20, 30-minute workout a couple times a week and meal prepping for at least 3 to 4 times a week and making smarter choices throughout the rest of the week, if you know those are your lifestyles, then saying I want to lose 5 or 10 pounds in a certain amount of time, in a short amount of time, might not be attainable, right? But saying, I just want to lose 1 pound per week, or I just want to learn how to eat healthier so I can start to lose 1 pound per week, or I just want to move more often, right? Making it attainable and not saying I have to lose a huge amount of weight in a very short amount of time and leaving yourself set up for failure. And it's got to be relevant, right? We don't just set goals for fun, right? They should have a real benefit attached to reaching your chosen objective. So during this step, you evaluate why your goal matters to you. Once you identify that key benefit, you want to incorporate it into your SMART goal so you can focus on the big picture, right? So when we're talking about weight loss, why do you want to lose those 10 pounds? Like, why is that important to you? Is it just because, oh, I just want to lose 10 pounds because this certain number just sounds like a great number, right? Or is it because you want to lose 10 pounds so that you can get back in your favorite pair of jeans so that you can go on a date with your husband and feel good about yourself? Like that is where it becomes relevant. And when you attach a relevance to that specific goal, you're able to truly determine how you can stay on track, right? Because it's easy to be like, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. Why do you want to lose pounds? I just do because, my cousin said I should lose 10 pounds. Cool. So when life shows up and life gets hard, you're like, man, I don't really care what my cousin thinks about me. So I could lose 6 pounds instead. Or I don't really care that much. But if it turns into, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds because I realize when I play with my kids, it hurts my knees getting up and down off the floor. So I want to lose 10 pounds so I can move my body better and enjoy my Saturdays with my kids because I work all week long and don't have a lot of time with my family. So I want to be healthier and be able to play with my kids and move around. Wow, when you have that decision to eat that extra piece of cake and think, man, this could stop me from playing with my kids more often. That relevant idea right there is a motivating factor that can help you reach those goals. And then time bound, right? Good goals don't stretch into infinity. They have a deadline, right? So the last part we want to focus on is being time bound, right? This is an important piece of measuring success. You need to establish when a goal has been reached, and you should have time-related parameters built in so you can stay on track with a designated time frame. So I think this is very important as we move into a new month, is we can use this time-bound idea and say, okay, in the next 30 days, this is the goal I want to accomplish, right? So we can use that SMART technique and set a time frame on when we want to reach that goal, right? So a lot of times, especially, when we're talking about health and fitness, right? It's, I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, when do you want to lose 10 pounds? I just want to lose 10 pounds. That is less likely to keep you on track than to say, I want to lose 10 pounds by the summer so that I can wear that bikini I have in my drawer and feel good out there on the beach with my family. Like now we know there's a 3-month time frame to lose those 10 pounds, and you can be more on track towards reaching the goals. Now, I know I'm talking about weight loss a lot. Many of you are on a weight loss journey. Some of you don't care that much about weight loss, but the goal is to determine what that specific goal will be, what time frame you have to accomplish that goal, right? And then you're able to measure it along the way. That's why it's so important that we do our weekly check-ins, right? Because we're able to measure it along the way, and you can get really evaluate, like, am I on track to reaching my goal? All right, so the last thing we want to do, we're going to make this pretty engaging right here, right? Is I asked you guys all to bring a pen and paper, right? So now what we want to do is we want to write out your goal for the upcoming month using the SMART format, right? So get that pen and paper. You've been taking notes. Hopefully you've written down that SMART format. If you haven't been writing it down, we can always go back, and actually what I'll do is I'll go back to it so you can see it in front of you. And what I'd like you to do is write it out, right? I'm going to go back so you guys can see it one more time. The whole breakdown, you got specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound, right? So take a second right here and kind of just write out one specific goal for the next month that you can use this technique on, right? So what is the specific goal? How are you going to measure it? Is it attainable? Is it relevant to your specific goals in life, right? Or to your life in general? And is it time bound? So I'll give you a second to look at this screen. In a moment, I will stop screen sharing and I'll pull us all back up in case we want to talk about this, break this down, or if you have any questions, you can let me know. And I'm going to stop the share now. Go. So if you are just coming in, I am muting everyone as we come in. We did just go over a brief slideshow on SMART goals, and everyone is currently writing out their SMART goals. I see only person on camera is Lori. Hi, Lori. So write out those SMART goals, and then what I'm going to ask you to do, on the bottom of your screen, you'll see a button. It says reactions. If you have any questions or if you'd like to have a conversation about your SMART goals, click that raise hand button and we can talk about it. Does anyone want to share their SMART goals?
I'll share.
Who is that? Lori? All right.
Yeah.
I see Jenny, Vanessa.
Oh,
Okay, cool. Go for it, Lori.
okay.
Let's all.
So I would like to lose 5 pounds by March 31st so that I can fit into a smaller pair of jeans.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So we got specific, right? We got measurable, 5 pounds, right? We got attainable. 5 pounds is definitely doable within a month,
Mm-hmm.
right? We got relevant, right? You want to fit in that pair of jeans, and we got time bound by the end of the month. Awesome. Good job, Lori. All right. Who's next? Jenny. Let's hear it, Jenny.
All right. Mine's actually a shorter goal. It's till
Okay.
March 15th.
Okay.
And I don't know who the iPhone user is, so I don't know if that's a person I can share this with or not. Only because it's a surprise.
It's your
It
sister.
is, but she knows, so that's okay.
Okay, that's what I thought. You're like, I gotta be sure. I love it. I love it. Yes. Okay. It's your sister.
So, my daughter is going on her last spring break of her college timeline, and
Okay.
I'm surprising her by going with her. She has no idea I'm going. So I would love to lose 3 to 5 pounds by March 15th, which I know is totally measurable and totally attainable based on what I've already been doing. And it's definitely relevant because I will feel much better putting on a bathing suit while I'm in Hawaii.
Yeah, awesome. Nice. Those are great goals. Perfect. And what I will say too is when you guys do your weekly questionnaires, your weekly check-ins, put these goals there, right? Another thing I can suggest is write it on a sticky note. I love sticky notes. I have them all over my desk area, right? I actually have, I don't know if you guys can see, I have my vision board back there on that door back there. Like every morning when I come in here at 5 o'clock in the morning, while the whole world is still sleeping, I'm in there going through that vision board because those are my SMART goals, right? And I utilize the same technique to determine what those goals are, and I've already mapped all of them out, so I know how I'm going to accomplish them, right? So having those goals, now that we're like getting this idea of these goals, having them in front of you, knowing what they are consistently, will help you see best results. So I can't wait to see you over there in Hawaii. Well, I'm not going to Hawaii, but you know what I mean. Not yet, at least. All right, Vanessa, you got your hand raised. What's up, Vanessa? Good morning.
Good morning. So for my goal, just because I know this coming month work-wise is going to be really busy, I'm going to just aim for 1 pound per week. So in the end, no one can see my muffin top when I wear my loose t-shirt to work.
Got it. Perfect. Perfect. Got it. So specific, right? 1 pound per week. Okay. Measurable. We can definitely measure that.
Yep.
It's definitely attainable. It's relevant to you don't want nobody to see the muffin top. I love it. I love it. And it's time bound, right? You said by the end of the month, right? That's what you said?
Yeah. Yep. 1 pound per week by the end of the month.
Awesome. Perfect. Perfect. So that's 4 pounds. Actually, there's 5 weeks in March, I think. So that's 5 pounds.
Yeah. I counted that before. I was like, okay, I looked at the calendar before I came up with that.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Danielle, Raylyn, Joe, you guys got anything you want to share? You are mute.
I got it. I didn't know how to
There we
unmute.
go. There we go.
I use Teams for work, so I don't really know how to use Zoom. But so I'm gonna say kind of the same thing. 5 pounds by the end of March. I have a pair of pants that I'm this close to fitting in, so that's kind of my goal, is to get into those pants by the end of March.
Perfect. Perfect. So here's a suggestion I can give to you, and I think I've given it to some of you already, but I love to share this idea. So get that pair of jeans, okay? Take it out of your drawer or out of your closet or wherever it's hidden right now and put it where you can see it, right? Like hang it up like on your mirror that you look at yourself in the morning as you're getting ready for work, and hang that pair of jeans. For all of you, hang that dress or that pair of jeans or that t-shirt or that outfit, whatever it is, hang it where you can see it and let that be a constant reminder, right? Let that be a constant reminder, because it's easy for us to put things away, right? Stuff them in drawers and say, I'll get to that later. And it's so easy never to get to it, right? So I think it's incredibly important for us always to have our specific goals in front of us as often as possible, right? So that's a great goal right there. It definitely meets the SMART goal criteria. And yeah, I look forward to helping you get there. Joe, you got anything for us, brother? The only guy on the screen other than me, my boy.
Man, I got goals. I didn't make the slideshow, so I don't know exactly what a SMART goal is. And I'm also multitasking. I got the kids. I'm making breakfast and vacuuming and all kinds of stuff. So I'm listening while I'm doing all these things while my wife is at Orange Theory and I got the two kids.
Got it. All good, perfect. So I'll just give you a quick breakdown. That way you kind of have an idea and you can just kind of start brainstorming, right? So the way a SMART goal works is the S stands for specific, right? So you want to set a specific goal. M stands for measurable, right? So you want to set a goal that's actually measurable, right? So when we're talking about weight loss, saying like, I want to lose weight, it's not really measurable because like how much weight do you want to lose, you know? The A is attainable. So saying I want to lose 100 pounds by tomorrow, that's not attainable. So we'd like determining something that's actually attainable. R is relevant. Like where's the relevant in this? You know, you hear everyone else talking about like going on a trip or wearing a pair of jeans, or like it has a relevant effect upon their life. And then T is time bound, right? So with us, with a new month coming up, I figured this would be a good time to go through this because it's time bound. So we can say in this next month, I want to accomplish X, Y, Z. So it kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of just break that down, kind of get some brainstorming.
Are we limited to a month, or can we push that goal out?
So generally speaking, you want to break it into smaller categories because that makes it more attainable, right? But if you wanted to push it out, what I would suggest is we utilize a technique called reverse engineering, right? So what reverse engineering is, we say, okay, by the end of the year, I want to accomplish X, Y, Z, okay? Well, in order to accomplish this by the end of the year, 6 months from now, I got to be able to accomplish this because that gets me halfway there. And in order to do that, 3 months from now, I have to accomplish this, which gets me halfway there. And then in order to do that, I got to accomplish this by the next month, right? So that right there is a way to break it down, right? In a way that you can get a long-term goal and smaller goals along the way.
Okay. Because I do know like June 4th, I'm going to be doing a conference where I'm going to be speaking in front of hundreds of people 5 times over a period of a week. And I want to lose 20 pounds by June 4th. So I want to be down into the 230s at least by June 4th, and that's 20 pounds.
20 pounds by June 4th. Hold on, let me pull up my calculator, not calculator, my calendar. It's definitely not a calculator. All right, so we're at the end of February, right? So we've got 1, 2
March, May, June.
Yeah, so
March, April, May, June.
5 weeks in March. 4 weeks in April, so that puts us at 9. 5 weeks through June, that puts us at 14 weeks, right? 20 pounds, 14 weeks. It's about 2 pounds a week, right? 2 pounds a week actually puts you at 28 pounds, right? Which is a little bit more, right? So if you say 2 pounds per week, right? Then you break that down and say, okay, 2 pounds per week, there are 5 weeks in March. So if I lose 10 pounds in March, right? I only got to lose 10 more pounds in the following weeks. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, so now I would say like sit down with your calendar and kind of map that out and say, okay, in March, I need to lose this many pounds. And in order to do that, I need 2 pounds per week. And then you can measure that out. And if you're on track, like when we do our weekly check-ins on Sundays, you're able to determine if you're on track. If we are on track, then we stay consistent with it. If we're not on track, we take a look at, okay, why aren't we on track? So I think the biggest thing too is like you guys, I send a lot of messages out to you asking like how I can support you, how I can help you better, what I could do, because everyone's at a different place in their journey, right? So my goal is to be able to show up for all of you to the best of my ability in any way you need me to. And so it's important for you to know these goals and have these goals. So when you sit back and you say, okay, I didn't lose 2 pounds this week. Let me see what I did. Okay, well, I didn't really follow my diet for 3 of these days and I missed 2 workouts. Okay, let me do better this next week. Or I did everything I was supposed to do. Coach Paul, what did I do wrong? What can we change? And that gives me an opportunity to say, okay, well, maybe it's time to increase your steps, or maybe it's time to work on X, Y, Z, and then we can dial things in better. Does that make sense, everyone? Awesome. Well, I'm not going to steal too much of your Saturday. Does anyone have any questions about this specific technique? Awesome. So for those of you that come back and watch this on the replay, right? I would love for you to send me your SMART goal, right? Send me your SMART goal. You can put it in your weekly questionnaire. Actually, I would like all of you to put it in your weekly questionnaire. That way I can see it on paper or on my screen, right? And help you stay on track towards that goal. So if you guys could take a moment, both those watching this on the replay and those that are here on the screen today, take a moment, write out that SMART goal. And when you do your check-ins tomorrow, write that in the questionnaire under what your goal for the week was or is. That way I can kind of see what that looks like and help you figure that out. And of course, I'm also that slideshow that we just did. I'm going to download it as a PDF and I'll drop it in the Facebook group for everyone as well. That way you have your own copy of it. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. I appreciate all of you. I look forward to doing more of these, right? So if there's specific topics you'd like me to create slides on and do these meetings, if there's certain times that work better for people, please let me know. I would love to just be able to show up for all of you a lot more and just really give you guys the support and the love you all deserve. I love you
Thank
all and
you.
hope you all have a great day.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.